Hey guys, it's Indigo here. Just wanted to give you a bit of a heads up for this episode that we recorded with Cyclops. So while we were recording, his internet decided to get a little bit shaky, and his voice, well, would kind of enter that robot stage. So we did our best to re-record as much as we could and cut out the parts that were really, really choppy. However, there were some pieces that we just didn't decide to redo or we just didn't notice. So sorry if that ruins the listening experience. But other than that, I really hope you enjoyed the episode. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the It's Pizza Time podcast. I am your host Indigo, and I'm joined by my co-host Victor.
Hello, you can also call me Lucius.
My co-host John.
You can also call me LUNAH.
And our special guest. Welcome, Cyclops.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I'd be clapping if I wasn't holding a microphone in my hand. Welcome. So, tell me, the precursor question of this entire podcast. What is your go-to pizza? What's your favorite?
Oh, it has to be the sausage pepperoni from Domino's, I think.
Man,
Okay.
Pretty good.
That's a good choice.
That is a pretty good choice. I don't know. It's like you're from the East Coast, right?
Yep.
I'm not sure. Is Domino's different like on the East Coast? Like even slightly?
I don't know, because a lot of people say like, "Oh, Domino's is terrible," but like every time I've had it, I've really liked it.
Yeah.
I guess with like just like any like big chain, I guess it would be pretty different East and West Coast. Like there's a lot of variability. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean there could be. It's like just the fact it's like stuff like I don't know, like the fact that Waffle House exists in the South, but like
Oh,
out
right.
here,
Yeah.
that doesn't exist at all. So
Yeah.
like, who knows? Maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, and all right.
Where are you guys from?
We are
Down
living out in
Anaheim.
like LA, like Southern
Oh,
California
gotcha.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you like where are you then? Like East Coast wise?
I'm in Massachusetts.
Got it.
Ooh.
That's cool.
You're
Yeah.
like you're then like really close to like all the New York stuff that's happening right now.
Oh, yeah. They blocked up the New York border, just like they don't want, because a lot of people are like trying to get out of New York to come here, and they don't want to like have it spread very far, so they're trying to like keep the borders under check.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
kind of understandable. That's pretty like spooky, man.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like, whoa. Like I don't think anybody expected it to be like this big of a deal. This
I know.
far. And people were like, "Oh, it's not gonna be like a thing like a week later." And like here we are, like a few
Yep.
months down the road.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
How is it affecting your? Are you still producing music normally as you always have been, or like how is it?
So I've had more time to produce music. Just like working from home, there's like not as much to do, I guess, because you're not like actually at work.
Right.
So I've had more time to work on stuff, but I also feel like I've just been lazier. Just like because I don't have like a rigid wake up time anymore, like having to go to work and stuff.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
but I think I'm getting more music done now, which is pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one. Like, I mean, but I've seen like a lot of good stuff from you like this year, especially. Like, I think
Yeah.
you're definitely like you're making more of like I guess your ripples are getting a little bit larger in the sense that like I know like more people that have heard your name now, which is
Right.
nice.
Right.
What do you think is like when would you say like was the moment that you knew that like this was something that like you wanted to continue doing like for like a career?
I don't know. So before I got into electronic music, I was really into like metal. And me and my friends would like upload like metal covers we'd make online and stuff. And we always thought it'd be like really cool to do that full time. But in terms of like being like a metal content creator, there's really not a lot of like growth that can happen, I guess. Like if you don't like have a band, then you can't go play shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I got to college, I started getting into electronic music, and then I felt like it kind of clicked for me because like now I didn't need a band. I could just like write music on my own and put it online, and you could actually like build up to go play shows, and so that's kind of been the game plan since then, I guess.
Mhm.
Well, did you major in music, or did you like do something?
Yeah, I went for sound recording technology, which is like halfway between like a music degree and like an engineering degree, I guess. But that's kind of like doing like studio recording type stuff.
All right, which
That's
would
sick.
explain the radio show stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also feel like a lot of metalheads like they get into like dubstep as well. Like that's where they came from.
Right.
It's like an easy transition, I guess, because it's like, you know, the I guess the metal's like the extreme of rock stuff, and like dubstep is like the extreme of electronic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a nice, easy way to bridge.
Mhm.
Mhm.
All right, Victor, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did you determine, like, for your first song, right?
Yeah.
Was it a metal song that you made, or was it like an EDM? Like, I guess
Yeah.
my question is like, when did you start producing? Like, did you start producing as a metal artist, or did you start producing as an EDM?
So when I got into electronic music, I really started getting into like, so this was around like 2015. So like Jackie was just like popping off.
Oh yeah.
Getter was getting really big. So I was really into like that whole sound, like the hybrid trap and like dubstep sound. So it was a whole lot of that type of stuff. So that was like some of the, like the first stuff I was putting out is, I wasn't even CYCLOPS then. I didn't start CYCLOPS till 2016.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of where I started in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you like know that you wanted to do like dubstep, or did you start with like house or something like that?
No, I was always really into like dubstep and trap and that type of stuff. And then over time, I kind of found that I really like leaned more towards like heavier dubstep. Because I was writing like a lot of melodic stuff, even up till like end of like 2018 into 2019.
Right.
Like I did the remix for Shine, and I did a release on his label. So I was really into like melodic stuff for a while, and then I think it kind of clicked with me that I really just liked the heavy aspect of it. And so I've kind of gone like full force into that since then.
Oh yeah, like I could tell. I mean I still listen to like the Hellspawn EP, like a little bit every now and then. It's like, yeah, I could tell that it's definitely a lot.
Yeah, it's like super like fast paced too. I actually really enjoy that. It's definitely a different change, because a lot of these artists are like sudden death. It's a lot slower tempo, like especially like
right.
And then you have the complete opposite side where like you're just going hard, which is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. How did you get into like contact with like Roundtable for that to happen? You know, like with that, and also the Knights of the Round Table release.
Yeah, so I got really into I had like friends telling me like, oh, you just got to send your music around, man. Like, so people play it out at shows and stuff, you can get like more contacts. So I started sending my music around. This was all like through 2019, and then I got a lot of stuff played out like during festival season. And so that kind of got me real excited to just like send out more music. So I just started sending music to like DJ's promo emails, and then I got in contact with 12 Planet just through doing that. And he really liked it. He put some stuff on his radio show. I think it was Swamplex. And then from there, we just started talking about like doing releases with Roundtable. So that just kind of unfolded like that.
Nice. That's like.
That's actually where like I found you at. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go for it.
I was gonna say that's actually how like I discovered you too.
Yeah.
I was seeing all this like Roundtable, how they drop those like EP like album previews where they show like a lot of songs, and like I saw CYCLOPS and I was like, all right, I'll listen to this, and it was just like I don't know how to say it, but like that, it's like that metal sound or something, like
yeah.
The sound is so like it's so good. I was like, holy shoot, this is so nice.
Thank you.
Do you think metal has like an influence on like the music that you make now?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'd say so. I a lot of the time, when I think of like writing drops, I always think of like breakdowns from like metal songs and just like the pacing of like what kind of makes things feel heavy. So I always like find myself like listening to like, even though I'm not like writing metal anymore, I find myself like listening to a lot of metal and just like trying to get ideas from it.
Yeah,
that's super cool. I love it.
Are there any metal artists that you listen to like now, like that are?
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of Veil of Mine recently. I love Meshuggah, love Metallica. Periphery's really sick. Yeah.
That's a pretty good list there, actually.
You guys listen to metal at all?
I do occasionally. Like I have a bunch of friends that are metalheads, so like,
yeah, I'll get some songs sent to me, but I don't go out of my way normally to listen to it. But I think it's definitely a cool genre, and I love when artists fuse other genres with like EDM, and I especially love that like metal stuff because I'm pretty sure Skrillex kind of came from that, and I just love his sound. So I
love like the blending of like multiple genres. Like I know like
exactly.
Phase 1 is super like metal oriented,
awesome.
so yeah, so
Quiet too.
Definitely. Yeah.
Snails?
Oh, Quiet.
Snails is
Quiet, yeah.
Snails is something
like
else, man.
Metal or something.
Mm-hmm.
Snails with the vomit stuff too. It's really nice.
such a weird thing to call a genre that you come up with, vomit stuff,
right?
You know?
I know.
Like it doesn't sound satisfying at all, but like hey.
Like it sounds like vomit.
I mean, yeah, but like, you know, it just
make it a little more appealing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like it's no, I feel like if someone else heard it outside of EDM, they'd be like, "What did you just say?" But I feel like since a lot of us are already in EDM, we're just like, "Oh, okay."
I mean, I feel like
it kind of fits into that. Like, what were you gonna say?
No, go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think it's like it really fits with like the whole like dubstep appeal of like things being like just jarring and like catching you off guard, just like vomit stuff.
Yeah. Right. I mean, if anybody else heard that, they'd probably be like inclined to at least look into it a little bit. They'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, absolutely.
What is that? Yeah.
Okay. I want to know, like, what do you think what are your like goals, I guess, for Cyclops? Like, where do you want it to go? Like, what's like the most immediate goal you have, and like, what's like the end, like the best thing that could happen?
So right now, I definitely want to release with more labels and just put out more music. That's kind of what I've been working on right now, is just like writing a lot of music and trying to experiment a bit and see what I can land on different labels. And then long term, I'd really like to be touring and just kind of making a living off of this. I haven't thought too far ahead in that regard.
I think I could see it happen. Do you think
for sure?
Have you ever gotten like an invite to play Lost Lands or not? Or like, have you ever?
I mean, not like Lost Lands or anything. I've gotten invites to do like Space Yacht and stuff like that, but I'm not in LA, so that's all really tricky.
That definitely,
right.
That definitely is a thing. Do you think you'd ever like to advance your career, like move out to LA, or like no?
If there were a lot of people, wanting shows out there and it made sense, then maybe. But I think just the cost of living out there and like leaving behind like everybody I know here would be definitely something I'd have to think about.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely like a tough thing. Like most of us, like I mean, the three of us have lived here since we were like kids, so it's like not really anything we need to think about.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's funny because like pretty much anybody I know who like grows up in LA, they want to get out of LA.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
what a lot of people say.
Yeah, I feel like if that's from every state too. I mean, I was originally born in Chicago, so living there was pretty cool. Like, and seeing the influences that come from there is really cool. But I don't think I could live there. I love it here in LA, honestly, with the weather and everything. But there are times that I'm just like, I want to get out of here.
Yeah. I went out to LA in November, and I loved it out there. It was so warm, and like here's like it's raining today here, and it's like just tons of snow and it's cold. So I definitely don't want to live in Massachusetts my whole life, but
yeah, right. LA is definitely a great place to be during the winter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I'm Swedish like originally, so I hear like a lot of so like in Sweden, like during the winter, like it's really, a lot of snow usually. And it's like I have like a bunch of friends there, and they're always like super jealous whenever I send them like a snap or something, and it's like, there's no rain, it's just like a clear blue sky in the middle of December, and they're like, what the fuck, man?
And it's like 96 degrees, so.
Yeah. They're just like, dude, come on. And then like send a picture of like outside, and it's like, snowed up to their window or something.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the best part about SoCal.
Okay. All right. I guess on that topic, like where's like the place that would be like the ideal vacation for you? Like completely like, off music.
Yeah, so I don't think about traveling too much. Like I like when I went out to LA, I like that there's a lot to do out there and it's very warm. But I also like going to the beach and just like hanging out with friends and stuff. So I guess just to be somewhere that I can chill and it's warm, I guess that's all that matters for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I mean, then rather like what is the best like trip you've taken? Like anywhere like you've gone like with a bunch of homies, just like, chill out.
Yeah.
Have a great time.
Well, I went skiing about a month or two ago, and that was wicked fun. It was just like me and a bunch of friends. They have a like timeshare at a hotel, and so it was just like us booling in this hotel. We'd like go skiing all day, and then we'd come back and just like cause ruckus in the hot tub, and it was wicked fun.
Oh man, I've never been to a place like that's like a hot tub like out in the like a snowy area.
Yeah, it's totally a vibe. Just like snow coming down, and like your hair's like freezing. It's pretty cool.
I feel like I feel like it's just a great experience too. Like after like spending so much time in the cold, you just get into like the scalding hot water.
Yeah,
half of your body's still freezing. So.
Yeah, we're getting like a Bluetooth speaker, we have like lo-fi going. It's just like the absolute best.
Music to study to while in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Exactly. And to bring it back to music, I'm actually super interested on how you decided CYCLOPS was your.
I don't know. I thought it was just a cool name, and I like that it was like a cyclops, like a large creature. So that's kind of what I'd like wanted for like my sound, was just have like a large in-your-face sound.
Right.
And that's kind of the basis for that.
Got it. And as far as like shows go, have you like performed anything like notable, like in your opinion, or like have you been just kind of playing like normal shows?
I actually haven't played any shows.
Oh, you haven't?
I'm really not like touring. Yeah, no.
Not even.
Okay.
I played like a couple. Played some house parties in college, but other than that, I haven't really gone and played any shows.
Okay, then on that note, have you been to any show that was like very inspiring to you, or maybe like your favorite show? Like it doesn't have to be EDM; it could just be metal. It could be whatever.
Yeah, I saw a metal concert. Was of Mice and Men, Chunk, No Captain Chunk, and A Day to Remember in high school. That was wicked sick. They were all like in their heyday at the time, so they were like, they put on an incredible show.
Got it.
Yeah, that sounds like.
And then I saw.
Lineup, yeah.
Yeah, and then I saw. Right when I was getting into electronic music, I went to my school. Had like we've got like this big what do you call it? Just like an arena at our school where they do like hockey and stuff. But then they'll also put on like festivals every year. And they had Diplo, Cruella, 4B, Wiwick.
Damn.
It was like a pretty stacked. And so just to like getting into EDM and going to that show, that was really sick.
That's actually so sick. Was it like a school event, or was it more of like they were just kind of renting out the arena?
It was. I guess it was kind of both. So it was like everybody from my school was like going to this event, but at the same time, like you could be the general public and still go.
Got it. That's super sick.
That's rad as fuck, bro.
I wish my school brought out Diplo.
I know.
Oh shoot.
Right?
It'd be fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now I wanted to talk like what was like the process of like getting about like collabing with certain artists. Like how like
Yeah.
you know, like how'd you meet people like for example like Sharps, or how'd you get the opportunity to remix for like Herobust and stuff like that?
So for the Sharps thing, my manager used to work with Sharps, so he kind of they've been friends for a long time. And I was working on a bunch of tunes. We were trying to get some stuff going. And he ran into him at, I think it was EDC. He lives in Las Vegas, so he was at EDC Las Vegas. I ran into Sharps there, and then they were talking, and then he sent him some of my stuff. And then he jumped on Hellspawn. So that's how that started. And for the Hero Bus thing, I was sending music to Bilo for a long time. Bilo is kind of the homie, and
Yeah.
he showed my stuff to Herobust, and then I started sending stuff to Herobust, and then I kind of developed a relationship with him. And then after a while, he put out Smoke, and then he was wondering if I wanted to remix it. So I guess that's kind of how that happened.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
So, is there anyone that like you would want to like collab with that you haven't? I guess like the person that you'd most want to collab with in this, and I guess in the electronic world.
Yeah, definitely. I love Virtual Riot. That'd be wicked sick. Space Places is awesome. I love Tizoki. So they're probably the top three, I'd say.
Oh yeah, they're pretty fucking crazy dudes. I mean, Virtual Riot, he's like he's really up there when it comes to just his like knowledge, I guess.
I know.
How to do shit. It's insane. Like seeing him work on streams and stuff like that. It's just
I know.
like, you know,
the 10-minute drops and all that stuff is just like absolutely nuts.
Freaking insane.
I have a question about the radio thing. So like, how did you ever get into all that side?
Yeah, so the job I do, it's just a public radio station. It's really not like, I don't know, it's not really that like crazy. So the guy who runs the radio station, he was a family friend of ours. And then so I kind of linked up with him through that. And yeah, and then from there it just kind of made sense because I was already doing like the audio recording thing, and that's what they were looking for, was somebody to like kind of just handle like audio problems and whatnot. And then yeah, I guess that was kind of that. I mean, that's not really anything too crazy.
Right. And so like for like a day-to-day, like while you were still in work, right? Because right now you have this crazy situation.
Yeah.
What was your like day-to-day like working experience? Like, were you always constantly working on maybe like a 6-hour radio show, or like how was it?
So I'm mostly behind the scenes. I don't think I ever talk on the radio.
Right.
So it's, for the most part, it's me recording shows, editing. I'll do like the radio scheduling, and then it's a joint radio station, and then it's part of like the town's TV station. So I'll also handle like audio problems for them, or if we have like big TV shoots that they're trying to do, I'll like come along and do audio for those. So like there's an element of like doing live sound as well. So it's almost kind of like a jack of all trades of like audio type stuff. There's like troubleshooting audio or like editing programs and stuff like that.
That's super sick.
Yeah.
Definitely a good job to get into, like, I guess. I mean, with your degree and all that.
Right.
For sure.
All right. I want to ask you a couple questions about your YouTube channel.
Like, yeah.
If I may.
Yeah.
So how did that start? Like, how'd you get the idea to do, you know, whatever whatever
the hell it is. Yeah. I don't know, I've always been into making stupid videos. I made a lot of like dumb videos in high school. And so I guess when I was like just starting CYCLOPS, trying to think of like how I could get my name out there. and I figured like I don't know. You always hear like I don't know if you guys know who Gary Vee is.
One more time.
Gary Vee.
No.
He's like an inspirational, like motivational guy.
Oh, Gary Vee.
Oh yeah, Gary Vee. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he always talks about like, oh, you got to bring people value, So my thought was, oh, start a tutorial channel. I could like teach people, sound design and stuff like that.
Right.
And then my spin on it could be just like dumb memes and kind of make it like entertaining as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how we got started into that.
Right.
Yeah. And a lot of the times they're just stupid shit shows of memes.
Yeah, the thumbnails look fucking fantastic. I'm just letting you know that. I love them.
I've seen a couple of them, and I could tell you like it's a it's a trip.
It's an experience.
It's a good trip. It's like a trip that you don't know it's good yet until you're a little bit in there.
Yeah, I was definitely sorry. I just like choked on water. So just one sec. Fucking smooth on my part.
I mean, dude, don't worry. This podcast is like so rough, man. It's like all the sandpaper in the world couldn't fix it.
Yeah,
it's true,
dude. This is. All right. Well, okay. Is there anything you want to talk about? Maybe something like you're working on, or do you just like want to keep that, like to yourself, like right now?
What do you mean by that? I'm kind of confused.
And anything that like you've been working on like recently that that's.
Oh, like upcoming projects.
Yeah, upcoming projects. Anything you want to talk about, or anything like that you have the ability to talk about, or do you just want to keep that on the low?
So I got some cool projects coming up next month. In May. I don't know how much I can say so far, but pretty exciting. It'll be cool.
Are we looking at maybe multiple tracks or maybe single?
Maybe. Yeah.
I'd love to hear you just go full on out on like an album or just like a longer, like, because that Hellspawn EP was so good. But I feel like if you had like a nice 12 tracks and just consistent story, maybe it'd be super sick.
CYCLOPS album.
That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, the Cyclopsening. It's like some poor like name like that. It's like all right. So Victor, John, do you guys have anything to
I do. What is your favorite track of yours? Like, say, like you're just like music.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
You're just hanging out, listening to your own music. What is your favorite song?
Yeah, I do that all the time. I'd probably say Bite. I think Bite is my favorite.
Yeah. What's your second favorite?
We're just gonna do that for the rest of the episode
too. I need a list of you ranking your own songs.
Yeah, I need an essay, MLA format.
MLA format, 8 pages or more.
Yeah. with sources.
Yeah. Like a full-on research paper on Cyclops.
I think Hellspawn's probably my second favorite.
Yes, that's the best. That's my favorite too.
Struck a chord with him.
I actually really like No Mercy. I really like that track.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I liked Gamma Ray that just came out. That was pretty fire.
Oh yeah,
that was really good too.
We were sitting on that one for a while, so it feels pretty good to put that one out. I did that as a school project for my senior final. Yeah, and it was so funny. It was just like all like everybody else like went to classes with were just like they're all into like indie rock and like punk rock and stuff. So just like indie rock song, indie rock song, indie rock song, and then just like heavy dubstep song, and then it just like came out of nowhere. Thought it was pretty funny.
That seems like a pretty good segue. Make a whole album and then just like have like the last song be something completely different.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of like making your song, how long do you think it usually takes you? Like, do some songs take like maybe 6 months or just maybe a couple hours? What's like the usual?
A couple hours.
There's people that make songs in like 10 minutes and then just mix it and it sounds amazing. So I don't know.
Yeah, Clash was written in like 3 hours. And then like other songs, like I'm trying to think of which ones. Like Pulsar Vision took me like 2 weeks. But usually they don't take any longer than like 2 weeks. There's one song that I have coming out pretty soon that I kind of have been like working off for like a year now. So yeah, I guess the process is like kind of all over the place.
Got it. And in terms of like a song's sound, do you ever feel like you make something and then it's just not perfect enough, so you just kind of keep it on the back burner and just keep working at it? Is that?
Yeah, that's kind of what the song I had coming out was like. It was, I really wasn't like happy with it for a lot of like different iterations, and then finally, I was just like, fuck it, I want to finish this song, so I just sat down and really got it done. But
right, because I feel like you have that idea and you want to put it out there, but it's like it's just not good enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you ever get stuck in that loop of just saying like, oh, it's not good enough? Because I feel like with some music that I make, I'll just make it and then I'll make like 37 versions of it and just hate all of them. But I'm like, I don't want to give up on it. So
I don't know.
Or more, actually, fuck that question. It was usually like, so say you have a song and an idea, right?
Yeah.
When do you give up on it, or like when do you know it's perfect, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm like kind of weird about like I really want to make sure like the idea in the song like elicits like a response out of me. So a lot of the times, like sometimes that'll just happen right away, and I'll nail it, and then other times it's like I'll be working on it for like weeks trying to get like the idea to really just like you hear it and then you're like, oh fuck, that's sick. Because I feel like if I have that response, then maybe somebody else will have that response. So yeah, it's kind of all over the board in that department.
Got it.
What about you guys? You said you write music?
I mean, a little bit. Not anything to put out yet, for sure.
Well, I just straight up suck with it. So like I'm learning, but I'm learning, but I got a lot to learn, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I think I need to transition to Ableton. Honestly, yeah. I'm using FL. I used Logic before that.
Yeah, I used to use Logic. Logic's pretty fun.
I loved Logic until I broke my laptop. So, yeah.
So are you on like Windows now, or?
I built my desktop and like I did it in like 2017, and over the past couple of years I've been kind of just screwing around with FL, just like basic plugins and stuff, not really investing too much into it. And I'm trying to focus on making like one track a day type until I feel like I'm actually decent enough to put anything. But we'll see. I mean, I'm very, my sound is it changes a lot. It varies. Yeah. I love hip hop and R&B. So sometimes I'll just have like those types of songs, but I want to try to mix it with like EDM. Doesn't work out very well. I also love like dance hall and like reggae, so it's like cool to mix that with EDM as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Love dubstep too. Yeah, I'm just still searching for what I want to really make.
Yeah, it's really hard to nail down a sound. I had the hardest time trying to do that, and I still like write stuff that I'm like, oh, I can't put this out. This is way too different.
Yeah, and then are you familiar with the artist Young Lean by any chance?
It sounds really familiar.
Well, he's this. I think he's from Sweden. He's just he's a rap artist, but he also makes like rock and indie music. And for him, he has like different monikers. Like he goes by his Young Lean for his like rap stuff, but then he goes by a different name for like his rock and indie stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like it's very hard to like. Same with like Getter. Like he made his specific type of music, like the hard shit, right? But then he wanted to make something kind of. And then people were like, what is this? Right? Initially.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of hard to nail down one thing and just kind of be known for it if you want to like do multiple different.
Getter's pretty crazy in that, like, not only does he have like all these different aliases, but like people are really into all the different aliases as well. It's not like he, tried rap and it sucked, but like people are actually like really into his rap stuff too.
Right.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Also, with the acting on his what's the show?
Real Boys at Simi Valley or whatever.
Yeah,
Real Bros.
He does a lot of things.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I've seen clips of that show. Isn't that where like the meme where it's like I'm straight up not having a good time? Isn't that where that came from?
Yeah.
I fucking love that. That's such a great thing to use. All right, you were saying, Victor, before I rudely interrupted you.
I honestly forgot what I was gonna say, to be honest. But as far as like types of sounds other than EDM, like, is there anything within the EDM genre that you would like to work on? Like future bass, possibly, or just like any sound within.
I've been listening to a lot of the like Space Lace's Voltage stuff, and like his house stuff is so sick. So I've been kind of thinking about a lot of house. Maybe even just writing it and like not putting it out would be kind of cool.
Right.
But outside of that, right, I'm still really feel like I need to like solidify my sound a little more.
Right.
Because I've really only like dialed into the heavy stuff for a little over a year now, so I want to make sure I really like nail that down. Yeah.
Who would you say like your future? Who would you want your like? How do you say it? Like, who would you like to collab with, pretty much? Like, what will be your dream collab?
We touched.
Yeah, then we hit this. I mean, I don't mean to.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Dude, it's okay. Like this podcast is incredibly broken. It's like it's fine. If the more we mess up, like the better it is now. Hey man. All right. I'm gonna go to like a completely different topic. Are you a gamer by chance?
Or does this sound better?
A lot better.
Oh yeah, that's great.
You're good.
Dude,
Okay.
it's fine. Like it's fine.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
we don't really. I mean, like we don't really mind because it's like, hey, I'm not really like anyone super important. So like my podcast getting messed up, I don't really mind, and it's funny. So it's like, hey, it's entertaining. It's not. Maybe I don't cut any of this out. Maybe I leave this all in.
Hear my robot voices and stuff for like an hour.
It's like, or just like cut at the very end of the episode. Just put all of like the 8 minutes of robot. All right. I asked if you were a gamer.
Oh yeah, I just got a Switch, and I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing lately.
Oh man, like every other producer on.
I know.
Dude, so what's like your favorite game? I gotta say.
I don't know, but I love Minecraft. Minecraft is wicked fun.
Okay.
And then I do like Spyro.
We got a program here, boys.
Oh, that's way back.
Dude, Spyro's the shit. Okay, which Spyro though? Like the original trilogy?
Original trilogy, absolutely.
Yeah.
Every other game that's not in the original trilogy is not good.
Yeah, it's like they just. It's not that they're not good. They just like can never compare.
Absolutely, yeah.
You cannot compare to like the original trilogy.
Especially, what do you guys play?
Fuck is Skylanders, dude.
Oh my god. Yeah, exactly. I love the mashup they did. There was this like Nitro Racing on like Game Boy. It was like Spyro Crash.
Oh yeah.
That game was the shit. I love that game. I think Spyro was like an unlockable character like towards the end of the game. Like
that's sick.
And it was so fun playing as him.
Dude, yeah. Me personally, I think my favorite game, just because of like just how it is as a whole, probably like Watch Dogs 2 or something like that. Because I really like the story and just how it looked and everything. It just was really fun.
For sure.
What is that like? Is that like a GTA type of game,
It's kind
Similar.
of like in the sense like of like open world, and you could like do whatever in the sense you want, but it's like. Yeah, but I like the story like with hackers and shit like that. It's just fun. because you have like a lot more, I guess, freedom than you do in GTA, because you could do like so much weird shit.
Yeah.
But I do like also like, you know, the classic games like that I grew up with, like fucking Pokemon, Minecraft.
Yeah.
Dude, I play a lot of CS:GO, which, you know, Victor doesn't enjoy, but hey.
No.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
Fucking like I like Staryu and Starmie. Like I like that evolution. I don't know.
Oh, I was talking about the game, but yeah, they're pretty sick.
The game. All right, my favorite game. I mean, well, I was like when I was like I guess old enough to be able to like comprehend the games more so, because you know like the like Red, Blue, and shit came out like before I was fucking born. So
right.
So yeah, I think like when I was able to like really play it and like understand it and enjoy it was like probably around like Diamond, Pearl.
Yeah, I was gonna say Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Emerald's my favorite.
Yeah, I think that's like when they also stopped making, or they was like the point where they were kind of like at their best and like not adding too much extra stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, I liked Black and White and I liked all these ones, but it was just so. I mean, Sun and Moon is like okay, I guess, but it's like it's just so much packed on like a small screen. Like they're trying to like new animations and whatever.
I feel like it should be more of like a Switch game at that point, to be honest.
Yeah. Sun and Moon should have been a Switch game, not a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite game? Let's see. It has to be Wally. I have 99 hours in Wally, the video game. I was sitting there on my PSP as like whenever Wally came out, I don't even remember, like 2009, something like that. I had it on PSP and it was one of my favorite games of all time. I ended up finding it like a year ago on Steam through like the Disney games on Steam now, and it was $20. And I was just like, do I really want to relive my childhood?
This man has hundreds of hours in games that are like so obscure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like you played like the Jungle Book game or something like that on Steam.
I have like I have like Disney the Jungle Book, like 1990s crazy shit.
It's legendary.
Cars 2, we can link up afterwards.
Cars 2 online.
Dude, give me
Battle Royale
friend code, please. Cars Battle Royale.
Let's do it.
Where are we dropping, boys?
It's just, you know, it's like you're just dropping on the track and you're just turning left and then just crashing people. It's like the
track gets like smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like fun. But on a real note, I think my favorite game of all time would be Witcher 3, just based on the graphics and just like the story of it. It's like so in depth, and then just the gameplay is really like I like games where you can kind of like loot and like kill things, which is basically every game now. But just the graphics in that game are just ridiculous. So I'd say Skyrim is on that level as well. I just love explorer games like Fallout, stuff like that. Super
Skyrim's
fun.
Awesome. Do you guys play Oblivion?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I played a ton of Oblivion.
Some of like the best game moments come from like Oblivion.
I know.
Like
the dialogue is so funny and
exactly
so great.
I still love. One of my favorite things to do is just like go on YouTube and search up like Oblivion, like me about like dialogue, and it'll be just like it's like real people like in.
I've seen
just
those.
Talking to each other, and it's just like it's like.
It's just like,
do you see the one where like he like goes in the pool and he's like, "Stop! You violated the law!" And then he runs into the pool.
Yeah, he runs in the pool with the bow and arrow, and he just like just staring at him.
But I'm also talking about. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, have you seen the one where it's like the dude and like he's like on his bike in the middle of like the park square, and then there's like this homeless dude walking by, and it's like they're buying all the toilet paper, and it just has like the fucking music of like Oblivion playing in the background. And it's,
exactly,
like,
I was gonna say like more of the natural stuff, as in just like them recording it, and just like it does like it's not anything to do with Oblivion. or like
oh yeah,
a
and
reference
then just like
to it.
overlay the music. And
Exactly, those are like the best.
He
It's
just,
so funny.
I mean, he just seemed like an NPC, so it was so fucking. It fits so well. It's like that's just how you play Oblivion. Like you'll just walk by people and they'll just start randomly saying shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so great.
hmm
Oh yeah. So what is your taste meme wise? I guess since we're on that now.
Oh shit.
What was your like? What was like one of your favorite memes like of the past like? I guess one of the past 4
Yeah.
months.
Past 4 months, I can tell you my favorite meme video. Have you guys seen Boggle, or do you know what YouTube poops are?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Do you know Boggle Crunch?
I do not.
I don't. I don't know.
You gotta watch that. It's so funny.
It sounds great.
It's like a King of the Hill edit. It's like the dumbest thing you've ever seen. Yeah, I like stupid shit like that.
Dude, it's like it's always the stupid shit that's like the greatest.
I
You
know.
don't need to put in a lot of effort to make something funny.
Ugh.
Exactly. Like I think for me, like I don't know if this is considered a meme or not, but like I like to look at like cursed food and I start cracking up out of nowhere. Like just
Oh,
how
like the
weird,
cursed
like,
images of
Yeah.
food and shit.
yeah,
Oh
I don't
my
like
God.
my friend will see me cracking up and it's just like a picture of like let's say somebody had like spaghetti and they dipped it like in a sock or something, like they put it in their
Oh, no.
I just started cracking up. I'm like, why am I laughing at this?
It's so stupid. It's funny.
It's so great. I love like the cursed images of like beans, like just
Yeah.
where they just
Oh
shouldn't
yeah.
be.
It's so gross.
I saw like a picture the other day. It was like frozen like beans that had been frozen in like ice cubes. And then, like,
Oh.
it was that in like a glass of water.
Oh.
That's
I
so
think
gross.
I've seen that.
Oh, like the Pop-Tart flavors.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like the
Aquarium
ones-
gravel.
Oh, I was gonna say that one. I have that saved on my phone.
I love that.
I have the one where it's like it's just like crust and it's just like it's an empty like it's just it's just like the edge of a hot pot or just the edge of the fucking Pop-Tart. There's nothing like in it.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
Mhm.
Ugh. See, this is what this podcast is about. Absolutely, like making
Just
no
having
sense.
fun.
All right. Anything like you want to ask us?
Wait, who's John?
That's
Oh, it's
the
me.
guy below me.
Okay, so you're the #1 chain smokers fan here?
Nah. It's just some joke I had.
Top ranked chain smokers fan, #1.
I think I'd be number 2.
Yeah.
Bro, whatever's like the last number. That's me.
Yeah.
You don't like Rover?
What?
Closer? You
No,
don't like that song?
no, please.
Why not?
Rob.
No.
Oh,
Alright, I
dude.
gotta admit, there's some songs that are good. Like I like their like old remixes, like
Yeah.
Cash Cash. They made a remix for Cash Cash. Like just some of it, but like I don't know, this is just my opinion, but like not I don't prefer a lot of the pop ones. And that's the reason why I kind of branched out to like a lot of upcoming EDM artists was because of that reason too. Because I was kind of like tired of hearing a lot of that kind of style. But like I don't really like I wouldn't hate on anybody who kind of if you like Closer or something. It's like
Yeah.
different
I
preferences.
feel like just the lyrics are just the problem. I feel like the melody and stuff are fine. It's just the lyrics.
I think it's
Fix it.
just so overplayed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
And
too,
that's
that
like
too.
that's outside of them. I mean, they don't control that, but
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's also like the fact that I really like how they throw down like crazy in their live sets
Yeah.
sometimes.
yeah.
But then like you hear them on the radio and you're like, what? It's like there's like
yeah,
a
the
complete
dichotomy
disconnect.
is like
Yeah.
broken.
Like I saw them at Countdown. Like I was walking past like the stage that they were playing, and I was like, "That's the Chainsmokers." I'm like, "Really? This doesn't sound anything like I've ever heard them play on the radio and shit." So like,
Yeah.
They cater to their audience, right?
yeah, I guess it's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So how are you going to get on the radio if you're not going to be playing like pop songs, right?
Yeah. They've got a lot of like IDs with like, you know, like very notable like EDM artists and stuff, and like it's so weird because it's like so different from the stuff you hear like on their albums and stuff that
Sure.
you wonder if they're ever going to come out.
Yeah, I do give them. Oh yeah, go ahead.
What if like one day they come out with this crazy EDM album that's just gonna
That's
shut
what
up
I'm wondering.
all of it? It's just gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna have all the craziest features, and like we're just gonna be like, this is them. I'm excited for it.
You're gonna be. I'm excited for this hypothetical thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Like, listen, if they come out with some crazy album, imagine like sudden death, everybody on it.
Be hilarious. Chainsmokers, sudden death.
Right?
Behemoth 2.
Gristronic 3.
Behemoth 2 featuring Halsey.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Featuring Skrillex.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. You guys stoked for the new Skrillex album?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember when there was like a lot of shit that leaked like recently, and everyone was like freaking out about it.
I'm excited
for any of that.
The thing is, I'm more excited for like a Jack U album.
Oh yeah, me too.
Than just a solo Skrillex.
I think Jack U's done though. I don't think any of that stuff's gonna come out. Hello?
Right. Yes, we are just being silent. You know, we
Oh.
need. Yes.
Okay, my bad. My sound just cut out.
All right. John, Victor, anything to ask?
I feel like we pretty much covered everything.
Oh, did we? All right.
I think so.
Anything else that you want to ask, Mr. Cyclops man?
Are you gonna be on that? Are you gonna be on that Chainsmokers album? That's the question.
Yeah, I think I probably will. I think I'll probably be on a couple of songs.
You're gonna ghost produce the entire thing.
Yeah.
Anything you wanna know? Anything you wanna bring up?
Why pizza time? Why is it pizza time right now?
Pizza time.
Yeah. The obligatory explain it during the episode. Let's see. It started like out as just a thing I did to kind of like annoy one person while making everybody else laugh at it, and then a bunch of people were like, "Hey, do this to my account," and I was like, "You know what? I'm not gonna do it to just their accounts. Because like that's too many to keep track of. I'm just gonna do it to everything on my feed." I did that I've been doing that for about a year and a half.
That's awesome.
It's been a journey. I've gotten to meet like a bunch of cool people, like yourself included. I mean, it's like kind of weird to have like this strange like notoriety, I guess.
Yeah.
For something so fucking stupid.
What's psychotic too is that you type it like that's mental. Like other people probably like. I mean, there's tons of bots on Instagram and stuff, but people probably think you're a bot. And what's crazy is that you genuinely sit there and take your time out of your day and put it's pizza time on every.
I was in a Eliminate's stream chat the other day, and he saw me in chat and he was like, "Dude, you gotta type that shit out, right?" Or no, it's like you gotta have like a bot or like a bind or some shit for that. I'm like, no, I type that shit out, and he was like, "Bruh."
I mean, that's how you sign it though. It's like when you put that on someone's profile, that's like the cosign right there. I think that's like when you know you've made it. When you get that onto your profile.
When you get that at times.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just a guy. I'm just a dude with like way too much time on his hands.
Talking about like other like weird EDM type of stuff like that. Do you guys know Fresh Raver?
Oh yeah. Fresh Raver, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's from Boston. I just met him like a few weeks ago. I went to Herobust show, and Fresh Raver was there, and he's just as like high energy in person as he is in like the videos. It's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I mean, he seems like a pretty interesting dude. Like,
yeah, he's super nice though. Yeah.
Also, I just got a question that popped up. What type of raver are you? Are you in the front headbanging 24/7? Are you in the back just chilling? In the middle? What do you?
I don't know. I'm
Are you backstage just chilling with the artists, just waiting for them to finish their sets?
I'm the guy at the merch booth asking if they could look in the back to see if they have an extra XL.
Nice. Hell yeah, it's the best. I think that's the best spot.
Yeah. The acoustics are the best right there.
Yeah, you know, kind of muffled so it's not too loud. Doesn't hurt your ears.
Right.
Don't need earplugs or anything. But, okay. You said you haven't played a show yet, right?
Yeah.
Now, if like, who do you think like would be the person that you would like if you had to like open for someone for like your first show? Like, who would you like want to open for?
I don't know. Maybe like Company or Sudden Death or somebody like that.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. No, for sure. I'd pay for that. I'd be front row, screaming your name. They'll just point at me and laugh.
It's pizza time.
Yeah,
Just point at us.
Yeah, dude. I've done that. Like, I got a couple shows, been like, it's pizza time when they're like fucking playing, and then they'll just like look up from like whatever it is they're doing and be like, whoa.
That's awesome.
It's pretty great sometimes. It's like, I just like it in the sense that it's, you know, now something that's like, I guess like being, I'm like I guess like a tether to artists that like don't have like maybe like never known each other.
Right.
And it's like it's this one thing that like they know, like they haven't.
Yeah.
It's like common knowledge now.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Pretty interesting. All right. Is there anything we want to touch on before like I guess we end the episode? Would you rather fight one one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Definitely the one. One of
Right?
David versus Goliath battle.
Yeah, I mean like also like horses are tall, but you know, it isn't 100.
Yeah.
You know,
100 seems kind of easy. I don't know. Just 100, duck-sized horses, that'd be easy. Baby work.
Yeah, just 100 well-placed kicks.
Yeah.
I feel like if they all like run at you at once, they'll knock you down, right?
Yeah,
just
like
trampling you.
In that
Stampede.
case,
I suppose.
Be like tramp.
But the duck is gonna nip you.
Yeah.
The duck is just gonna go straight out with its beak and just bite.
Oh yeah. Oh, I never even thought about like its wingspan. Like, that'd be kind
that
of
too.
intimidating.
What if it just? What if it picks you up and just flies you away?
Oh, that'd be mad.
That'd be like.
And then just drops you.
That'd be a dope way to die. Yeah.
It's like something you would see on like a Twitter video.
Dude, how did he pass? A fucking giant duck took him out.
The best tombstone ever.
Dude,
oh yeah.
R.I.P. in peace, my dude.
Rest in pizza.
Yeah, rest in pizza. Rest in pizza. We did it.
I think we did it. Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good place to call it.
It was a good sign-off point.
You want to plug yourself?
I'm CYCLOPS. You can look me up on SoundCloud, Twitter, wherever.
All right.
Got some hype music. Oh, what?
Yeah. For anyone watching or for anyone listening on YouTube, links will be in the description. For anyone on SoundCloud, we'll figure it out.
We'll just have links. We'll have links. Like we'll have
links.
We'll have stuff
somewhere. I don't like. I can't.
Top right corner.
Top something.
Bottom right corner.
There'll be links to check CYCLOPS out. There'll be links to like join our recording Discord and chill out like within the server with us and all that. But yeah, thank you for coming on. And I know there were like a lot of technical issues.
Yeah, we're all good.
But hopefully, or maybe the audience didn't hear it, but yeah. So who knows?
Yeah.
maybe I leave it all in. Maybe I don't.
Make a director's cut.
Yeah, oh, that's a smart move.
Yeah.
But thanks for coming on.
That's all about Patreon.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. So
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody so much for listening in, and we'll see you all in the next episode. And yeah, later.
See, it's like